Josh, why don't you kick us off?
Thanks, Jen. Two things on Ukraine.
Yes.
First, markets have obviously already been reacting to that situation. Gasoline prices are up 20 cents a gallon over the last 30 days on average. Is the president saying that if people are paying more at the pump, that is essentially a direct result of Vladimir Putin's actions, and he is to blame for the current burst we've seen in higher prices?
Well, the president wasn't making a market assessment or how the market moves. What he was conveying very clearly to the American public is that if Russia were to invade and we were to put in place crippling sanctions, that would have consequences or an impact here at home. So I know that wasn't exactly how you were asking the question, but that was what he was conveying in his answer. In terms of the price of gasoline, what we've seen is we know back in December, it went down by about 10 cents thanks to tapping the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, something where there are still releases that have been ongoing. The president also made clear in his remarks that he is open to all options are on the table to help bring down the price of gasoline. But he wasn't making a market assessment. He was just making clear to the public that if Russia invades and we put in place crippling sanctions, that would have an impact on the public.
And then secondly, on Ukraine, the president talked about diplomatic efforts.
Yeah.
Could you go into more detail on what those diplomatic efforts could be? Is this going to be more U.S. interaction? Could there be a face-to-face meeting with Putin? And then how would you define success under diplomacy? Is it as simple as no invasion, or are there broader goals you're looking for, given that everything is now on the table, or more things are on the table?
Sure. Well, on the first part, you may have seen or not that our Secretary of State spoke with Foreign Minister Lavrov earlier today. The President spoke with President Macron earlier today as well. I think the readout just went out to all of you, or it should be in your inboxes as well. And what he means by ongoing diplomacy is that it will continue at the pace and urgency that you have seen from him over the last several weeks and from his team. And some of it will come from the president, some will come from high-level members of his national security team, and some of it will come from our European partners or NATO allies, who we remain in very close contact with. In terms of engagement with President Putin, as you know, he spoke with him on Saturday, and he believes in the power of leader-to-leader diplomacy, but I don't have a prediction of a next engagement at this point in time.
And what about
how do you
define success?
I didn't get to that last part of your question. How we define success is, I think, how a lot of our European partners and NATO allies would define it, which would be a de-escalation, a proven de-escalation at the border of Ukraine, where the Russians are pulling back their troops, where they are making clear to the global community, to the media, to the public, that they are not invading Ukraine and backing that up with action.